everyone, welcome back to FOOTBALLBREHZ, a platform where we discuss, debate and banter. My name is DOS and I'll be your host for today's show. Back with us on the show today we have Arsenal fan Kieran, we have Chelsea fan Kadus, and we have Liverpool fan Isha. And finally we are coming out of the international break and we're coming back to what really matters, Premier League football. And this actually is the last run-in now. I mean, from now until the end of the season, this is when things get real and when we find out who goes where, who wins trophies, and who really has a terrible season. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of the all the games that we have in the running left, and then see who has the hardest and who has the easiest running left. So before we go into that, can you guys make sure you subscribe, you like, you follow all of our social media platforms. Again, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. And drop a comment. Let us know what you think. So we're coming out of the international break, guys. How do you guys feel? Are you excited going back into the Premier League?
Listen, the group is getting spicy right now. That's all I know. I woke up this morning to a lot of spiciness. I thought, you know what? International break is over. So
you woke up to two groups, Kadus. He's in another group as well.
Two groups. Oh, yeah. That group too. The other group. The other group. Hashtag the other group.
I don't even know what happened with that one. But anyway, we're going to also...
Secrets were exposed, man. That's what happened.
We're also going to preview the big game this week. Arsenal versus Liverpool. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Big with us, but it's not really big in terms of the Premier League.
Middle table clash, bro.
No disrespect, Kieran, but you know, just being real. Middle table clash.
No.
Mid-table clash.
It's Kieran. It's not just Kieran.
Big time,
Kieran and Isha, man.
You're right. I didn't realize that. I've totally forgot. All right. So we'll do that later. We'll get back to that later. Let's go first of all to the run-in. Let's see, Kieran, we'll come to you first. Let's see Arsenal's run-in. Right now, you're going to have Liverpool next at home. Big game. You're going to have Sheffield United away. You should be able to deal with Sheffield United. Then you're going to have Fulham at home. That's going to be tricky. You should still win, but it will be tricky. Then you're going to have Everton at home. Tough game. Then you're going to have Newcastle away. West Brom at home. Those two games you should deal with. Then Chelsea away. A derby. That's going to be tricky. Then Palace.
Revenge,
then another derby. Palace away. Then also, then you finish off with Brighton at home, which might be tricky. Last game of the season, everyone's going to be up for it. You may have fans back. If you have fans back, then, you know,
they will.
Then it's going to sway onto your side. So that will be... How are you guys feeling about Arsenal's running?
The running, I think in comparison to everyone else, I think that our running is pretty easy, to be quite honest. I don't think it's as hard as what United, Chelsea and Paul have, for sure. The one thing I would say though, I think the upsets will come from maybe Palace and maybe Everton.
But what's your running for anyway? What are you trying to get?
I'm just trying to win games, man. All you can do.
No, I get
all
you.
you can do is
what
win the
they're trying
games.
to get.
I get you, but like,
it's a legit question.
Top 4 is done. Top 4 is done. You're not gonna get top 4, right? Let's be real.
No.
You still think you may get top 4?
No.
I said a couple of weeks ago I don't think we'll get top 4.
Okay, so you won't get top 4.
We knew back at the beginning of the season, bruv, let alone a couple of weeks.
You're gonna have important games in between for the Europa. We'll do another show on Europa and Champions League, but you're gonna have a Europa important games in between as well. So you're probably gonna be focused.
You lost your last one.
Pardon?
You lost your last Europa game too.
We still went through. That's another story as well.
Luck, bruv. Luck.
No. It's not called luck. It's called winning the majority of goals.
It's called flopping and going. Woo!
It's all good. It's all good.
So Kieran,
just remember, Kadus, Ben's not here. Yeah, don't talk about Europa League. Ben's not here.
Cool. So Kieran, you reckon from the way you were talking, you mentioned there was only a few games that you feel like you guys might slip up on. Do the rest of you agree with that? Do you think like Arsenal are gonna have a good end finish to the season in the league?
No, I don't think so.
Look at it historically though, man. That's all I'm going to say. History says a lot. And to be honest with you, the thing with Arsenal for me is they're up and down, man. 1 minute they're good, the next minute they're shit, and then it's just we don't really know what Arsenal shows up. So if they can be consistent, then cool. But it just depends if Leno wants to decide to play as a back in a back 4 and pass the ball again. I don't know.
I just
back 4. He comes into the midfield. Leno comes midfield, man.
I just look at that list of Arsenal and I see already Liverpool. I mean, that's going to be a difficult game for them. Fulham, they could drop points. Fulham are playing very well. We've all seen it. Any of one of us could drop points to Fulham. Everton, that's going to be a tricky game. Chelsea, Palace. I mean, that's already 4 or 5 games you could drop points, and I'm not even
that,
thinking
Chelsea?
about the smaller teams. Pardon? Except Chelsea, you said okay. All right, let's go to Liverpool since Isha just came in. Let's go to Liverpool. You have Arsenal next, tricky game for you guys. Then you have
Mid-table clash.
Then you have Villa at Villa at home. Your home record is not good. Villa may have Grealish back then.
He is back.
So that's gonna be killer. So
Oh yeah, I'm pulling out there, man. He's back. Grealish is back, man.
Okay.
Yeah, he's back.
I'm pulling out there to the universe.
Okay.
No, he said on Twitter there's a picture saying he's back on the green.
Oh, okay.
So he's back, mate.
So then you have Leeds.
Back on it. Oh, okay.
Then you have Leeds away. I mean, you should deal with Leeds, to be honest with you. And away. You have Newcastle away. You should deal with that. Then you have Man United away. That's going to be a tricky game. Let's see how that goes. And then you have. then you have.
I was waiting for the comment. Isha was like, don't say that.
Southampton at home could be tricky. They beat you last game when you played them away, didn't they? With Ings. So this could, and at home, your home record is also not great, so that could be tricky. West Brom away, you should deal with that. Burnley away, you should deal with that, and then Palace at home at the end of the season. I would usually say you may have problems, but you're gonna have your fans back at the end, and with your fans at home, I can't see them beating you. So Liverpool's running doesn't seem too bad when I look at it like that. To be honest with you,
I'm okay with that. Compared to what you lot have got to go through, I'm actually okay with that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think, I mean, Arsenal, I can see maybe, possibly, you could drop points. Villa.
That's not that.
Let me back my tongue.
Come on.
Should I go now, Mukhtar?
No. Wait. We'll talk about that later. Villa, you could. I would say United, you could. Southampton, you should deal with them, but it's at home. You don't know what's going to happen. And I would say those are the only games I think that you guys could possibly drop points. But you've got Champions League important games in between.
Yeah.
With Real Madrid, and then if you do get past Real Madrid, then you're going to have a bigger team after that. Who is it that you may be playing?
No, we won't have a bigger team. After that, it's Chelsea or Porto, so it won't be a bigger team.
Okay.
He's coming for everyone, bro.
All right.
He's
Let's
coming
move
for
on.
everyone. Jeez.
Sometimes you just gotta let him talk.
Let's move
man.
on.
Sometimes
Let's move on.
you just
Am I
gotta let
lying
him.
though?
And
Am I lying?
The worst thing is, Paul is on the worst form in every team in this group, and he's gunning for everyone. Oh my days.
I know, every time. Just let him talk.
Wow.
Just let him
Okay. Let me just.
Allow me.
Yeah, man. Don't worry about it.
All right, let's see Man United. Man United's one. They've got Brighton at home next. I mean, we should beat Brighton, but Brighton have been good, so it could be tricky.
I feel like that's a banana skin, you know.
I know. I've seen by your score predictions, you guys all think we'll drop points there. So we'll see.
But Brighton are converting their chances now as well. That's the thing that I'm seeing.
To be honest, I think we're gonna tuck Brighton away. Not gonna lie to you. I think we're gonna tuck them away. I think with Brighton, they don't all sit back. They're gonna come and try and play football, and it's gonna open up for us. That's what we want. So
I think Welbeck's gonna get a hat trick.
He's not playing again.
I mean, the first time you played him,
That's celebration, right?
that is his celebration.
Oh my
That is some dead celebration.
Some dead man drop bar, isn't it?
For real. But the thing is, after Brighton though, we have Tottenham away. That's going to be a tough game. Jose is not going to want to lose that.
I want to say that.
Jose is not going to want to lose that. But Man United are going to want revenge for their 6-1 drubbing. So should be an interesting game. We have
Tottenham are the worst club in the Premier League, bro. So I don't want to hear anything other than W's against Tottenham, bro.
Right.
Anything else other than a W is dumb.
Fair enough. Sorry, Ben. Fair enough.
I'm gonna go
Don't say sorry. It's truth.
Then we have Burnley at home. We should tuck them away. I mean, but Burnley could be a tricky one because they're going to sit back. So that could be a tricky one. Leeds away, we should kill Leeds away. Not going to lie. Liverpool at home, tricky. Villa away, tricky. Leicester at home, tricky.
That's tricky.
Fulham at home, we should beat Fulham, even though they're good, but we should beat Fulham. And then the last game of the season, Wolves away. That's going to be tricky because they're going to have their fans. And
they might have Jimenez back.
And they might have Jimenez back. Did you guys say that there's going to be fans in the last 2 games of the season?
Yeah, last 2.
Oh, that's great.
They changed the dates of the second to last one.
So that would mean that Arsenal would have fans for Palace away, and then Brighton at home. Liverpool would have Burnley away and Palace at home, and then we would have Fulham at home and Wolves away. So we'll see what happens. But United's one right now is the most difficult one out of everybody for sure. And then let's go to Chelsea. Chelsea have West Brom at home next. You should tuck them away. Palace away, that's going to be a tricky game. That's always a big, I would say big game, but it's always a rivalry between you guys when you play. Brighton at
Zaha's going
home.
to turn up.
Brighton at home, how do you think, Kadus? What do you think with Brighton at home?
Yeah, I mean, they're a tricky side. I think they've been playing very well lately, so I'll be remiss to say that it's not going to be a tough game. But I've said this before, this is the time now. I think Chelsea have the capabilities of doing really well within these next 20 games. So no excuses. No excuses.
For real.
Game time. This is a champion. This is
For
champions.
real.
This is like the champions run now. So let's go.
But then after that, you have Mr. Lingard away to West Ham. That's going to be a tricky game.
That's the game I'm probably worried about
That's
the
going
most,
to be
to
a
be honest.
tricky game.
But you know what? I think for me, if we can rack up the points, obviously the next 3 games we've got fairly simple. We should win them. So if we can rack up and win those winnable games, the tougher games,
Yeah, true,
we'll see.
true.
A draw would be fine.
But then you'll have Fulham at home after that, which can be tricky, but you could do well there. But then you're going to have Arsenal at home. It's going to be a derby again. That's tricky. It could go either way. Then you're going to have Leicester at home. You're going to have your fans back for that. So that maybe pushes the leverage over to you guys. Then you finish with Aston Villa away with their fans.
Damn.
So
That is tough.
Chelsea got
Those last 2 games are tough.
Yeah. Well, last 3 games, Arsenal. Last
and then
4
in the Champions
games.
League.
What do you mean?
Then there's the Champions
4,
League.
okay.
You've got last 4 games is Manchester City, Arsenal, Leicester, Aston Villa. That's
My
tricky.
goody God, they could lose all of them.
Nah, that is.
You could possibly.
People said that in the last one, man. This is ridiculous,
Oh my
mate.
God.
This is ridiculous.
That's
It's
true.
going to be tough, and don't get me wrong, we'll drop points somewhere along the line, but we can challenge all of these teams. I don't care what anyone says. I still think we're going to win the Champions League.
can't
So
challenge City.
let's go.
I
Let's go.
disagree with you on that one. You can't challenge City. The last time you guys played,
We can give them a good run. We can give them a good run. To be honest with you, we only played better the last 20 minutes when Lampard was like, guys, start to attack them now, and we actually did some damage. So I just hope that now we're a little bit more pragmatic.
I can't wait for that game. I ain't gonna lie.
That's
to you.
I can't either.
It's going to be fire.
Yeah, that's gonna
fire
be a good
games.
game. Because
Listen, man, I believe in my team.
All right.
You see this?
So I mean,
Okay.
So you see all of those. I mean, those are the 4 teams that we went through. But then you have Spurs. Ben's not here, but we'll quickly run through their games.
We don't need to.
Just see
I'd
how.
like to know what it is, though.
Exactly. Newcastle.
What the championship run? We won't find out until next season, man. So.
They've got Newcastle away. Then they should win that. They should win.
Nah, they're
Newcastle away.
getting bad.
Then they've got
Callum
United.
Wilson,
Then they've got United at home. Then
They're
they've
getting
got
battered.
Everton away.
6-1.
Another tough game. Everton away. Then they're gonna have Sheffield United at home. They should win that. They've got Leeds away.
They should.
They've
win that.
got Wolves at home. Then they're gonna have fans for Villa at home. Then
They'll be booing
That'll
them.
be done.
and then they finish with Leicester away.
Oh my God.
You know what? They don't want the fans.
Yo.
They don't want the fans back. They don't want the fans back because the fans are gonna boo them. That's what's gonna happen. Home fans are booing
That's
Tottenham.
true. That's true.
After
actually.
what they put them through this season,
That's
bro.
a very good point.
They're lucky there weren't no fans in
That's
the
a very
stadium.
good point. You know what
Yeah.
though? There's a lot of these teams are playing each other. I mean, it's like we can't tell who's gonna finish where because results can go either way in this. Like I can't look at my fixtures and think, yes, United comfortably will finish in the top 4. I can't do that. Because if we lose, let's say we've got Brighton next and we drop points to Brighton, then we've got Spurs after that, Burnley, Leeds. Like we have to make up quick. Liverpool, Villa. I mean, the only thing I can say with us is when we usually play against bigger teams, we usually step up a bit more. So I'm happy about that in a way. But Liverpool,
You play better under pressure. You
Yeah,
play better under pressure.
exactly.
That's one thing that I've seen.
exactly.
So,
And Liverpool, I mean, you guys, Arsenal, you could drop points. Villa, United, Palace. I mean, it's not.
I think Villa are going to try and beat their last record, so they're going to try and score 8 against you this time instead of 7. So.
Mad.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want your revenge against Villa. That's
is
true
mad.
too. You know what? Let's do this. Who has the hardest? Would you guys say United?
It's between you and Spurs.
Yeah, because Spurs. Yeah, because when you look at Spurs, Spurs have United, Villa. I'm just gonna pick the top ones. Everton. That's 3 already. Wolves. Would you say that's a hard one?
Yeah,
Wolves, Villa,
That'll be the most boring
and
game.
Leicester.
of
That's
the-
7 games. 6 or 7
My
games.
God.
Okay.
But the thing is, they're no longer in the Europa now, so
That's true. They can focus
Like
on
a
Getting
League Cup.
focused, yeah.
They can
They can
focus
just focus on
defending
one
deeper
game
now.
a week.
Yeah, and United, if I look at the...
Harry Kane is a DM.
Yo, I think Harry Kane's leaving this season. That's me
Oh,
personally.
he is, bro. If he
he's
doesn't,
gone.
then he's dead.
He's gone.
Yeah, if he doesn't, there's no ambition from him
Nah,
whatsoever.
man. Nah, he'll lose my ratings.
The problem with that though is he's such a quality player. Who can actually afford him?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's another problem because there's going to be a
true.
bit of a striker rotation, I think.
It's true. It's true. We'll do another show.
City.
We'll do another
I
show
wonder
on
City
that.
might go in for him. Oh, okay. Let me not
We'll
say
do
it.
another
There's
show on
Haaland
that.
as well.
Yeah, there's Haaland. So United though, I think they may have the hardest. They've got Spurs, they've got Liverpool, they've got Villa, Leicester, and Wolves. No, it's Spurs. Spurs have the hardest ones for sure.
Yeah, Spurs.
But you have to put it into context as well of other competitions as well. So
Yeah, true.
you know, I mean, obviously we're talking about the Prem, but if you're going to take in the Champions League or the Europa,
Yeah, you're
some
right.
teams,
No, you're
then,
right.
you know.
You're right. So we all agree that let's say United, Spurs have the hardest run-in, which could affect our chances for us finishing in the top 4, and for Spurs finishing in the top 8 maybe. Are Spurs running for the top?
table.
I don't
Are they running
think
for the
United.
top four?
I don't think United
Yeah,
should
they
be
are.
worrying about dropping out the top 4, man. I think if United drop out the top 4, that's a flop.
That's a big flop. I
Because
agree.
you got a cushion.
But
So
strange things have happened. This season is so messed up, man. I wouldn't put anything.
Like I
past
don't
nothing.
think the thing is I don't think we'll drop out of the top 4 to the likes of Liverpool. Let's say I don't think we will.
Yeah, we're
I
like
think,
10 points behind.
Yeah, like I'm not worried
Yeah,
about
no.
Liverpool.
It won't be. It
It's
won't be
more
that. It'll be like Leicester or Chelsea or something.
Chelsea, Leicester, and then you've got West Ham that's buzzing around. Those are the teams
Yeah.
that I'm more worried about. But
Yeah.
let's see
I
what
think
happens.
I think last time I was on the show, I said I think Leicester might get into the top 4, but now I think about it, West Ham could be knocking as well, man, because they're playing some really good football.
Yeah, and then also injuries.
and losing still
Yeah.
though. So
But then there's also injuries. There's also injuries to teams. Like United have got a few injuries right now. Martial's out. Rashford is out right now. Who else was out? I think Greenwood had a knock. So Cavani, I don't know if he's back fully. I think he's back now, match fit, which is great. So hopefully, during the run-in, with Europa League games coming as well, luckily we have Granada, which is good. Hopefully we should be able to deal with them. Grenada or Granada, whatever they're called. So, and then other teams like Chelsea, do you guys have injuries? I know Liverpool have injuries. Arsenal should be okay. Do you have injuries? No. I think it's just
I think
Chelsea.
we've got a couple.
Chelsea
We've
got
got a couple.
some
I think for Arsenal, I think Smith Rowe and Bukayo had knocks. This
jeez,
week.
that's big.
Yeah.
That would
No,
Those
I
two.
think
Those two.
Saka's back. I think Saka's back.
Yeah, I think they've both been training with Arsenal.
Yeah. They're back. I
Wow,
think
so
they're...
you're just trying to shoehorn injuries in like that, yeah?
It's what they've been doing all season. Look at Partey, man. My guy walked off like it was anywhere.
He was done for.
Anyway,
man. He was done for.
Yeah.
All right, just to conclude this section, United, Chelsea, United, Spurs have the hardest running. Who has the easiest? We would say Liverpool,
Arsenal.
Liverpool and
think.
Arsenal.
Liverpool,
I
and
think
Arsenal.
I just think Arsenal, man.
Arsenal
fair
on
enough.
paper is by league position, but yeah.
But Liverpool, because of the Champions League and also because of their weird form at home, that also balances the equation out. I hear you guys. All right, let's move on from there then. Guys, you let us know what you think. Do you agree with us? Do you think that maybe Arsenal and Liverpool's running maybe it's not as easy as we say, or the other way? Let us know. Let us know what you think. Let's go to the big game of the weekend. The game of who claims the banter of the weekend. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Liverpool are not playing at home. They're playing away. They've been okay away. They've been decent away. Arsenal have been playing decent football recently. They've been picking up points and they've been picking up good results in the Premier League, I think, I would say. What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you guys think that Arsenal can beat Liverpool at the weekend? No. That's the question. That's the question.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we go to Isha first?
Isha, go.
Let's go, Isha.
I'm a biblical man, right? One thing that is guaranteed to me is at some point Jesus is going to come back. The only thing that I know is more certain than that is we are going to beat Arsenal.
Wow.
Simples.
Wow.
Carry on.
No, that was it.
Oh, that was it.
Kieran, go on. Go, Kieran.
So, Isha, what makes you think you're gonna beat Arsenal so comfortably?
We're better than you. We've got better players than you. Even though our form is kind of dead, we're coming back into form now. And I feel like we're going to use the Arsenal game as a springboard to a good end to the season.
They're jumping on you, man. He's basically saying they're jumping on you, man, to go.
Yeah, you're not going to play out from the back, and you can't do that. We're going to high press you, and if our high press is on point, you're going to probably concede 3 or 4 goals in 10 minutes, bro. I'm just saying.
How has your high press been? How has your high press been for the last?
Your high press has been shit, bro. I'm sorry. What about your high press, mate? There's been no high press.
Talk about your high press. Let's talk about your high press.
There's been an iron press, mate.
You don't actually need a high press for Arsenal because they'll either kick it in their own net or David Luiz will pass it to you. You don't actually need to press them. That's the glory of the situation. We just stand off, wait for them to give you the ball, and then you just knock it past them who's in midfield.
Wow.
Cool. And Isha, let's talk about your last couple of games because we're talking about your form. Like, who have you been beating? Actually, who have you been beating? Like these last couple of games that your form is really going up. Who have you been? Can you remember?
who did we win? You know, let me check.
Yeah, go and check.
We won the last 2 games actually, and I think we got clean sheets. In fact, we got clean sheets in I think the last 7.
Jeez.
The last 7 games. The last 7 games.
We got 7 clean sheets. Oh no, that's with Kabak and Nat Phillips. They haven't conceded a goal yet. You see what happens? We get like a basic makeshift defense, and we stop conceding goals. Could you imagine if Van Dijk was there? That's what I'm saying anyway. That's what I'm saying. But
anyway, Isha, you've kind of alluded from the teams that you've been beaten. The teams that you've been beating, you're beating like these relegation sides.
My Sky Sports app will not allow me to check.
All right. Let's while he's doing that,
cool.
or if he does do that,
I'll tell you, let Isha check and I'll carry on. So
you carry on. I'm just gonna
go.
Based on let me try and find out these facts and come back to me. But based on how we've played against Liverpool the last 3 games, I think that tactically, we'll set in a good way, which will give them a good fight. I don't think Liverpool are going to come to us and just smack us up like what Isha said. Actually, no, Isha said he thinks that they will dismantle us. That's what he said in his own words. That's not going to be the case. No, he said dismantle. He said dismantle.
I think he said about scoring 3 goals or something as well.
Yeah. So obviously Isha's on something because the way that Liverpool's been playing hasn't been great. The last 3 times we've played Liverpool, they beat us at the beginning of the season, and then the 2 games before that we beat them. We beat them for the Community Shield, and we beat them last season as well. So based on those 3 games, you can see that tactically there's improvements in the way that we're playing. Going back to what I said a couple of weeks ago, when it comes to Arsenal, it's our players that we need to worry about. If there's a lack of concentration, that's when I can see things happening. But based on Liverpool, I will carry on. So based on how Liverpool are playing, based on who Liverpool are beating, based on their form, they're not great. So what Isha is thinking about? Isha's thinking about Liverpool like 2 years ago. I don't understand
last year actually is when we won the league. But
next question.
Okay, that's cool.
I was just gonna next question. Who do you guys from your different teams, and Kadus, you can jump in on this, but who do you guys think will be the different makers for your team at the weekend? Let's say Liverpool first.
Just one, or
you can say a couple if you want.
For me, Fabinho in central midfield, Salah up top. I think Jota's probably going to start as well, so I'll probably say Jota. And probably Trent as well. I think Trent's going to have a bang on. Now, Arsenal don't do a lot of sort of long ball high up, so Nat Phillips is not going to have the crazy game we've been seeing recently.
But Aubameyang does like to run in behind, though.
Yeah, he does, but that sort of runs slightly different. So it's not going to be the type where, like a Harry Kane that drops in, and then you got a challenge for the ball where Nat Phillips comes over the top. The ball over the back is going to be more like Kabak, who's chasing back and tries to sweep up. So that's why I think Nat Phillips is not going to have the type of game we've been seeing.
Okay.
Based on how Arsenal play. That's if Aubameyang even plays. I don't know if he's going to show up late again, like the joke way that he is. Sorry, Kieran, just to answer your question. The last 2 games, we beat Wolves, and then we beat RB Leipzig in the Champions League. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's that European
I'm talking about the Premier League. That's what I'm talking about.
You said clean sheets in the last 7 issues. Is that correct?
What I meant was with.
So you weren't. So okay, cool. We're moving on. Right. So what I think.
All right. Let's go to Arsenal. Let me go to Kadus.
I didn't even hear that cuss, but it's cool.
Kadus, let me go to you, Kadus. For Arsenal, who has to be the difference maker in order for them to get a result against Liverpool, a good result?
I think Leno just needs to chill out. I think he's been the guy that's been super sketchy. But I just want to say something. Yeah, the last game against West Ham, they came back and drew 3-3. Right, I think people aren't crediting Arsenal for their attacking capabilities. what they've done over the past 3 games has been pretty good. So I think I understand where Isha's coming from. I don't think Arsenal are gonna, play that boring back 10, try and hoof it to Aubameyang, which they did last season. I think they are going to try to play.
Yeah.
But I think, like, Kieran made a very good point about Arsenal being their own worst enemy. And I agree with that. I think if Arsenal stay switched on, they could potentially win that game. But the difference makers for me, obviously, Smith Rowe, if he's fit, Saka, David Luiz, I think, would also have a good game.
How about
Lacazette too.
Odegaard?
Yes, Odegaard too. I think he's creeping under the radar.
Yeah.
He's not scoring goals, but he's making that front three tick. So
Yeah, he's doing well.
He's definitely.
Kieran, you agree with that? Are those the guys that you think will make a difference for Arsenal, or are there others?
No, I would say the go-to guys. I would say Smith Rowe, Odegaard.
That's what you just said. You literally just said that.
I'm still talking. Kieran
Okay, cool.
Tierney. Someone that no one's mentioned, but I think that he's a real driver.
How has none of you guys mentioned Partey?
I'm still talking.
Okay.
Partey.
But you're gonna say your whole team?
No, I'm mentioning players.
Okay, cool. Go
How
on.
many players did Isha mention? He mentioned
I
like 4 or 5
mentioned-
players.
Yeah, you're
No,
right.
I actually mentioned like 2 as the difference makers. We discussed others.
No, you mentioned about 5 Isha. No, we heard.
No, it's cool.
Go on, keep going, Kieran. Keep going.
Anyway, I'll just add one more, and I'll say boom, 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 boom. And I think Lacazette is already mentioned as well.
Yeah, he's been playing decent actually, Lacazette. Not
He's
gonna
the one
lie.
I feel.
He turns out
more than
in
anyone
big
else.
games. In big games, he's the one that really pulls us over the line, man.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
he tends to do like a triple backflip instead of a normal backflip when he dives. So, in the big games.
Still works though. The BAFTA's coming, is in the post.
Okay, and then quickly, really quickly, before we go to score predictions, who could lose your team this game? Just one player from let's say from it. I'll go for all 3 of you. Kadus, you first. Who will lose for both teams?
Leno.
Leno, and then for Liverpool.
I mean, who's in their backline?
Kabak.
Yeah, Kabak, whatever, that geezer. Yeah.
Okay, then Isha, how about you?
Nah.
Isha, how about
I'm
you?
gonna
One
go
player.
Kabak at the back for us, and for Arsenal, I'm gonna go with David Luiz.
Okay, Kieran.
He's been alright.
So personally, I think who could maybe lose it for Liverpool is Thiago
Yep.
if his head's not switched on. So give him a thumbs up for that. And
Let's keep that one going. Let's keep it going.
I'm not gonna eat that word, but anyway, it's calm.
Keep going.
and I
keep
can't
going.
say one person for Arsenal. I got to say 3: Leno, Xhaka, and Luiz. Those 3.
All right.
The Holy Trinity.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. That's the big preview. It's going to be a great game. We're looking forward to that. So let's move on to score predictions. And you know how we do this? We do this quick. Let's get to the first game. Chelsea versus West Brom. I'm going to say 2-0 Chelsea, clean sheet. Kadus, what are you saying?
2-0.
Okay, Kieran.
Chelsea.
Yep, 2-0. 2-0 Chelsea.
Isha.
2-1 Chelsea.
2-1. Okay, Leeds versus Sheffield United. I'm going to say 2-1 Leeds. What are you saying, Kieran?
2-0 Leeds.
Kadus.
2-1 Leeds.
Isha.
2-0 Leeds.
Big game, Leicester versus Manchester City. I'm going to say this is going to be a 2-0 City win, actually. What are you saying, Kieran?
Ooh, 4-1 City.
Wow. Kadus?
Damn.
Oh, man. 3-2. 3-2 City.
Okay, Isha?
I'm going 2-2 draw.
Okay, Arsenal versus... I'll leave that for the end. Southampton versus Burnley. I'm going to say this is going to be a 2-1 Burnley win. What are you saying, Kieran?
I think 1-0.
Okay, Kadus?
Yeah, 1-0 as well. I think it's got a draw.
Isha?
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1.
Okay, Newcastle versus Tottenham. I'm going to say 2-0 Spurs. What are you saying, Kieran?
1-0 Spurs.
Kadus?
3-1 Newcastle.
Isha?
2-1 Spurs. Damn.
Okay, Aston Villa versus Fulham. I can see a score draw 1-1. What are you saying, Kieran?
2-1 Villa.
Kadus?
Yeah, 2-1 Villa.
I didn't realize that Grealish was back. You guys might be right. Isha?
Me either. 1-1.
Okay. Manchester United versus Brighton. I'm going to say 2-0 Man United. What are you saying, Kieran?
2-1 United.
Okay, Kadus, what are you saying?
Draw 2-2.
Okay, Isha, what are you saying?
I'm going to go 2-2 draw.
Okay, and then we have Everton versus Crystal Palace. I'm going to say 2-1 Everton win. What are you saying, Kieran?
2-0 Everton.
Okay, Kadus?
1-1.
Okay, Isha?
2-1 Everton.
And then we have Wolves versus West Ham. I think it's going to be easy. 3-0 Wolves. West Ham win. West Ham. What are you saying, Kieran?
3-0 West Ham.
Kadus, what are you saying?
2-1 West Ham.
Isha?
2-2 draw.
And then the last big game, Arsenal versus Liverpool. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to say 2-1 Liverpool. What are you saying, Kieran? Oh, no, wait.
Oh.
I'll wait for Kieran. Kadus, what are you saying?
Okay.
2-1 Liverpool.
Okay. Kieran, what are you saying?
Okay, so my score prediction is realistic. 2-1 Arsenal.
Isha, what are you saying?
4-1 Liverpool.
4-1. Oh, there you have it. There
You
you
see
have
what's
it.
so realistic?
I can't
See
wait
what's
for
so
this
realistic?
game. I
Man
can't
said
wait for
4-1.
this game. Guys,
Your man's drinking vodka.
that's
in
the show. That's the show we
4-1.
have for you. All right.
When they played Fulham, they lost to
right.
Fulham 1-0, yeah?
That's the show we have for you guys.
4-1.
Thank you so much for joining
4-1.
in.
Keep
Let us know
drinking.
what you think.
Keep
Let us
drinking.
know if you agree with these score predictions.
They didn't
that
score
you
4
just
against
had.
Chelsea. They didn't score 4 against Fulham either.
We'll
But
see
no,
you
4-1
again
against Arsenal.
next week.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Cool.